Okay, so here we go with this practice 7-3. I think that this next section will probably be a little bit easier and more straightforward than your last ones. Okay. Number 1 says, 1 through 3 says multiply each pair of conjugates. And I'm going to show you the old school way that I learned how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to take this first number here and multiply it times everything and the other set of parentheses, distribute. So I've got 3 square root of 2 times 3 square root of 2, keep my sign, plus 3 square root of 2 times 9. Got all that done. Now I'm going to take this minus 9, do the same thing, multiply it times the other stuff. So -9, so minus 9 times 3 square root of 2 minus 9 times 9. Oof. So let's deal with these right here. 3 root 2 times 3 root 2. They're going to have 3 times 3. And this root 2 times root 2 is just going to end up with a 2 there. So 3 times 3 is 9. And 9 times 2 is 18. Now over here, this next little section, we have 3 root 2 times 9. We can just multiply 3 times 9. Oh, and don't forget to bring your plus. It's a positive plus. So 3 times 9 is 27 root 2. Now, dealing with this next little group, we have -9 times 3 root 2. So -9 times 3 is negative 27, 3. Oh, we don't need that 3. -27, root 2. And then the last little bit is -9 times 9. So -9 times 9 is -81. Now we're going to do this whole thing where we combine like terms. So let's combine our just whole numbers. 18 minus 81 is -63. And these right here, they just cancel out. So that is your answer, -63. So that's all you're doing. You're distributing and then combining like terms. I'm sure you practice this a lot in algebra for those first 3. Now the second one says add or subtract, if possible. And that's the key part, this whole if possible. Because you're combining like terms. Now what is a like term? See how this is root 3 and that is root 3? That means that those are like terms. So we're going to add the numbers on the outside. So 9 plus 2 is 11, and we're going to keep the square root of 3. That's like if we had 9x plus 3x. Then you'd get 11x, because these x's were the like terms, the variables. We're going to treat the roots like that. Now number 5, we have square root of 2, and we have square root of 3. Those are not like terms, so you cannot combine them. Same thing with number 6. We have square root of 3, and then over here we have root 3 of x. Those are not like terms, so we cannot combine them. Now, number 7, we have root 3xy and root 3xy. Those are like terms. We can combine those. So we're going to combine the outsides. Don't do anything with the insides. So 14 minus 3 is 11, and we're going to keep our root 3xy. And that is our answer. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. It says rationalize each denominator, simplify the answer. So we have 2, I'll write this, 2 over 2 root 3 minus 4. The first thing I'm going to do is some factoring down here at the bottom. So I'm going to not mess with the top, just bring that over, and I can divide each part of that bottom part, the denominator by 2. So I'm going to pull out a 2, and in my parentheses I'm going to have root 3, and negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Now I have this 2 and this 2 outside of the fraction, and I can reduce that. We can cancel them out and get 1 with 1 root 3 minus 2. Now here's the thing. I don't need the parentheses or the 1 there. Remember, I said we cannot have a square root on the bottom. If you have a square root on the bottom, the thing you have to do is multiply the bottom by square root 3, the top by square root 3 to get them to cancel out. Now at the top I'm going to have root 3, and at the bottom I'm going to have negative 2 times 3. Because that root 3 times root 3 will end up as just a regular 3. So now I'm going to have a square root 3 at the top and a negative 2 times 3, which is negative 6 on the bottom. And that, my friend, is your answer for that first one there. Okay, so this is the next one. I'm getting tired of that color. It's like, all right, let's go to this pinkish color. Okay, so we have 5 over 2 plus root 3. Now, to get rid of that root 3 at the bottom, I'm going to have to do is multiply the top and the bottom times the whole thing. 2 plus root 3. And the top's going to be 2 plus root 3. Okay, so let's deal with the bottom. I'm going to write it down here. Nope, I'm doing this wrong. I'm so sorry. This is what happens. We're going to multiply. Hold on. Okay, let me think about this problem and I'll do it in the next